Now, if the idea of playing in a massive multiplayer open world shooter piques your interests, then you might not have too long to wait for this one. All the buzzwords, massive MMO, shooter, open world. This is a game you might want to keep your eye on. Now, let's get into it. What's the game about? What's its background, the characters, and what can you expect when you jump into it? The footage you're watching right now is from an upcoming NCSoft game called Project LLL, or Triple L, and it's set for release in 2024. And the good thing about this reveal is that it's mostly just raw gameplay, not some kind of fancy CGI trailer where you're left wondering what the game was even about. At the end of it, you get to see exactly what it plays like and gives you a better idea of what to expect. The full reveal trailer is in this video's description. Now, it's a third-person sci-fi shooter set in a 30-kilometer land area that supposedly seamlessly connects its environments. It is set in an alternate timeline or world where a major event has happened and humanity then progressed down a different path, with the developer taking influence from Dune, Blade Runner, and The Man in the High Castle, set in a destroyed Seoul with a combination of 10th century Byzantine Empire and 23rd century lore all being blended together. So there's a lot to take on board with the actual lore aspect of what this game could be, with the different generations, I guess, of lore and aesthetics. But that's all we know about the background for the game. But at the start of the footage, the player is seen stealthing through what looks like a destroyed subway while using their drone to highlight enemies through walls, allowing them to bypass large groups of those enemies, which is giving off serious The Division vibes, especially with the HUD being centered on the character like it is. But it doesn't seem very cover based from the footage that we've seen, so maybe not following that third person mold of Outriders and The Division. And if we're being honest as well, in the footage the enemy AI looked incredibly dumb. Now, we did get to see him fighting waves of enemies on the surface while using the environment for explosions and firing shoulder mounted rockets, homing rockets, which locked onto a large group of enemies. He auto locks, I think, with his assault rifle at one point as well onto a group of enemies, and his bullets then track towards those enemies. So these are obviously your abilities. It is fair to say the tech is going to play a big part in your character's setup, from drones to rockets to shields and so on. It does make me wonder what, if any, kind of builds your character could have in this game, or if there is any classes as such, because that type of information we have been told nothing about whatsoever. But probably the best bit of the reveal trailer was towards the end of it, where your character climbed into a mech suit after pulling an enemy out of it and started to fight against an enemy mech suit, where then you see players on the ground using some kind of defensive dome to protect themselves from incoming fire until the big bad appears and everything kind of goes to hell. So mech suits, huge open world, rockets, defensive bubbles, stealth, tech, and some kind of big multi-handed entity, which I'm guessing is going to be whatever faction the enemies are going to be. Sounds good, right? It sounds like a game that you definitely want to keep your eye on. If you are interested in a massive multiplayer open world shooter, then this should more than likely be on your list. Let me know what you think of the footage in the comment section below, what you thought of that reveal, if it's something you're interested in or not interested in. Have a great day, and as always, thanks for watching.
접근 중인 전투 머신이 감지되었습니다.